What a pleasure. You know, I was talking with Kevin 2 times asking about you, and we couldn't find you. And I said, I have to find him because I have so many questions since you are tied of racing.
I've grown up in racing. You know, I have followed my dream since the early 80s, and I'm still following my dream. One day maybe I'll get a real job. But you know what? It's been a wonderful career. I started as a racing mechanic. My first team owner was Paul Newman, the actor.
I wanted to ask you, were you on the set when he was making the movie?
No, you know what? He would come to all the races. He had a team called Newman Racing. We were based in California. We raced in a series called the Can-Am Series. He didn't drive. We had 2 drivers. But, you know, at the racetrack, he wanted to be known as a race car driver. He was a very good race car driver. He really didn't want to be the actor, didn't want to sign autographs. He wanted to be one of the guys. So I got to know him very, very well. What a gentleman, what a great actor, had a great racing team. So for me, that was a great start into motor racing in the US. And then I moved on to IndyCar racing in 1983.
So working with him kind of prepare you for the future, Kim?
What can we see for the future?
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously the 2020, 2021 was a challenge for all of us in every business, including racing. But I've seen since then, like last year, 2022 here was a fabulous event. We had great weather, we had great support from the fans, we had great racing. The series, IndyCar series, which is the primary reason everybody comes out, is getting more competitive. It was already competitive last year. But you will see there's been some drivers moving to different teams. They haven't raced since September last year. They've had one big practice session out in California, a lot of tests close by in Sebring in the next week or 2, and then this will be the first race of the season. They're all ready to go. They love St. Petersburg. It's a good racetrack. It races very, very well. And then for beyond that, we have lots of development series. 14-year-old racing that car right there.
That's amazing.
And they all dream or want to be getting to the IndyCar levels. Quite a lot of the IndyCar drivers have come through that, what they call the road to Indy to get to IndyCar. And it's a great stepping stone of experience and learning. IndyCar is just a fabulous racing series, probably the most competitive series in the world because it's not super expensive for a team. Everybody has the same tires, the choice engine, the same race car, and it provides very competitive racing.
You know, he loves Max Verstappen, and he would like to be in Formula One in one day. Do you see him going so far?
I saw him when he raced go-karts. It was only a few years ago, and he's grown up a bunch. You know, I think almost most drivers, their dream, if they're open wheel racing style, is the Indy 500 and Formula One. Roman Grosjean here today is Formula One, has been in Formula One,
for 10
had a great
years.
career, and now is enjoying the IndyCar series. So you can go either way. So I think that open wheel racing is in a good place in the world and in North America. And I think we're in for a very exciting season with the IndyCar series. This is one of 4 IndyCar races we organise. We promote one in Toronto in the summer, promote one in Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in the summer, and also out in Portland, Oregon in September. So 4 of IndyCar's 17 races we help run, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
That's wonderful. You know, speaking about Grosjean, he had a very bad accident during Formula One, and I'm thinking safety. It can happen anytime, here, there, anywhere where he's racing. How safe is this track?
Well, all racetracks are built around the world to safety standards that are set by a group called the FIA, and they're the ones that provide the standards, inspect the racetrack. There's been amazing progress in safety with these race cars. From the monocoque, they drive a city with intrusions and accidents. When they're driving, especially at the high-speed ovals, and they hit a concrete wall, the wheel wants to fold back. So there's intrusion panels that protect them. The halo has been a great add to the racing world. Started in Formula One and now in the Junior Series as well. So for me, the IndyCar racing series has become a lot safer than it was back in the 80s when I started. All racing, it's an adrenaline rush of speed. If you're going to be at speed, things can be dangerous. So we work very closely with the IndyCar series, the FIA, and all of our racetracks to provide what we feel like is a safe environment for racing. And the IndyCar series would not race at racetracks if they didn't feel like the environment was correct.
Right. How do you see the cars going into the future when it's about safety? I know they are going to improve the cockpit. They're going to use something now during this year going to 2024. And then the V6 charger is going to be improved from 2.2 liter to 2.4.
I thought that, from what I've seen announced, they're leaving the engine alone, but they are going to looking at adding some more power. I think that the fans love to see speed. And the IndyCar does a very good job of controlling speed. Here, right now, our top speed is probably about 170, 180 mile an hour on the main straightaway. At Indianapolis Motor Speedway, different aerodynamic, they're doing over 230 miles an hour. That's crazy. But in incidents at the Speedway, the cars hold up very, very well. So I'm not in close communication on the safety aspect. I have a lot of trust in the people running IndyCar on that technical side. I've worked with many of them before. Some of the main technical guys at IndyCar were engineers for me on my racing team. And I think we've got, and I have to, big commendation. The manufacturer of this race car is a company called Dallara out of Italy. Amazing company. They do so much work worldwide, not only for racing cars, but for road cars. And Gianpaolo Dallara, my hero in racing from a car design manufacturing basis.
That's amazing. But when I'm thinking to racing, if you get to put more speed in, for me, I think it's more dangerous.
No, I'm not a race car driver. I was probably never good enough.
Right.
My brother tried. And so I think that the drivers love the speed. They know, it's really no different than driving a road car. You are at the mercy of what the conditions are.
Yes.
More people probably get hurt in a road car than get hurt in a race car. So, I think the racing organization, groups around the world, the race car manufacturers, really even companies such as Honda, Chevrolet, Mercedes, are all involved in that and improving what is reliability and safety for road cars and racing. A lot of the technology in these race cars goes back used for racing. In Honda, and I've worked for many, many years with Honda, they very often have a scenario where an engineer grows up in their engineering department, goes through their racing, back into engineering their road cars and works their way up the chain. So they use racing in their DNA. Mr. Honda was a racer. And I think, to be honest, he sold road cars so he could go racing. But you see that the same with Chevrolet, the DNA of what they're doing involved in race cars. And what you see going back, learning in racing goes back into road cars. At some point, we're probably going to see more EV involvement, and that's certainly in the wings.
Kim Green, thank you so much for talking with me and for giving all those precious information to the public. It is important for people to understand. People loves racing. The adrenaline is there. How you cannot love it if you have a Red Bull or something? It's just going.
Well, let me say that come out and see us. Come out and try.
Yes, absolutely.
On the Friday, it's a very cheap race ticket.
Yes.
And you can sit anywhere in the grandstands, not reserved.
Yes.
And you can get into the paddock and see up close the Indy cars. So come out and see us.
Yes.
We have a lot of satisfied customers that end up staying for the weekend. So come and enjoy us. The city normally provides us beautiful weather. Downtown St. Petersburg has got so much to offer. It's a great place to come racing.
Absolutely, and I hope everybody will come, and I'm sure they will, because this is a big deal. Thank you.
Great. Nice meeting you. Thank you.